want me to spread back out? Yeah. There. Drops off. Right where I am. So they got about 20, 25 feet. Right up here.
That's about 150.
1316 or 116.
Yeah.
He was located. They evacuated him out up to.
3, 1, 2, 3. Stop. Let's go.
One of the guys is on the shoreline right off to the side of the rock right here, and you could barely understand that he's screaming help, because I think of the cold water, because we jumped in afterwards, and he's like, he sounded like he was mumbling more now. We're like, are you saying help? And I stopped as we were running, and he's like, yeah, and he's like, my friend, and so we, so he runs down there, and I'm like, are you saying your friend is underwater right now? And he goes, yeah, and I go, I'm going to get help, and he just started going, please, please, and so I booked as fast as I could that way. I started pulling on the parking lot, and luckily the Nederland'S police officer was passing the parking lot like right then. So I started honking my horn at him, jumped out, waved him out, and then just told him exactly what's happened. So he started radioing it. I booked back down here, and he's standing on the top of the rock trying to look for the guy, but I mean, it's pitch black from the top. You can't see it in the water or whatever. So we went from there. The chief was one of the first people on site, Nederland'S chief. And there's a fishing pole about 10 feet out there, and I asked him if he wanted me to try to grab that and see if he was at the other end. So me and him both jumped in the water, swam out there, and grabbed the fishing pole. And yeah, we just pulled I got back from the rock, pulled the line up until it pulled tight, and then it snapped on us and helped. And he told us that he went out to try to help his friend, and his friend started pulling him under, so he had to release his friend and push him off of him, pretty much.
Right. It's okay.
Yeah, I went looking for him. I couldn't see anything. I thought he might, come up, but.
Did you go? Did you jump in?
Well, we jumped in to get the pole.
Oh yeah, okay.
I mean, I went down there to try to look all around the rocks, look for him, but.
Sorry, guys.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you for your help, man.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
Sorry, guys.
1 second. Sorry. So you guys, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
when you went down there, that was the friend who was kind of barely mumbling because of the
guy
cold
in the
or
white
whatever?
shirt, yeah, with the hat on.
Okay.
He was sitting on the side like shivering, and he could barely even talk. Just I think mixture of shock and I think it was the cold. Because when I jumped in there, the chief was even like, try to go 10 feet under if you can. When I grabbed the pole, my lungs were completely closed. It was 40 degrees. It's 40 degrees out there. There's no way to take my head under there and go 10 feet down. I would have been disoriented. Let alone the fishing line would have probably tangled me up.
The history at this particular spot right here behind me, over the past 17 years, we've had 3 drownings in this exact spot. So this is like a common place. What happened today, there was some gentlemen there out fishing. One of the gentlemen's fishing pole came apart, or we don't know exactly how, it went into the water. He went into the water to retrieve his fishing pole. When he got into the water, just like Dan explained, he experienced trouble, yelled to his friends, I need some help. His one friend went into the water, actually grabbed onto him, started having the same trouble, had to let go of him, and then swim back to the bank. There was 2 other folks that were running on the trail that we're standing on. They saw this happen. The other 2 gentlemen yelled up to them, said go for help. They actually ran down to their vehicles and went to the Nederland'S Police Department to report the accident. It happened.
After initial searches with the divers were put in, we found them within 12 minutes of getting in the water. They initially, in the shallow parts, had about 3 or 4 feet of visibility, and then it drops off steeply from about 15 feet of depth down to 33 feet where they found the victim. And it goes to virtually 0 visibility, or what we call black water, to where the diver is literally searching by hand only. There's no visibility whatsoever.
Okay, so where did you find him? What kind of water did you find him in?
They found him in black water at 33 feet of depth. The water was about 51 degrees, which is good for a drowning victim. We call that a cold water near drowning if it's within our 90-minute window of a potential rescue. So the colder the water, the better it is for the victim. Okay, people that think they're going to come up here and swim in this kind of water, first of all, there's no swimming allowed here, but secondly, the water is so cold, As soon as you hit the water, first off, it takes your breath away, and within about 30 seconds to a minute, it incapacitates you to the point where even if you're a good swimmer, you cannot swim. You can't get your muscles to move. They simply just don't respond because of the hypothermia.